Hello. Hello, hello. I just realized I needed to change my, hopefully you guys can see me okay. Why do I ask this every week? But I was just changing how the square was being viewed. So hopefully you see it. I have my very special guest, Oliver, with me today. He insisted on being part of the production. Mwah. Um, so I will just hold him. Hello, Oliver. Oliver wants to wish all of you a happy new year. If you're joining me now, just let me know in the comments where you're joining from. I always like to, oh, let me make sure I've got the comments up. I won't even see you. There we go. Hi, Maggie May. Hello, hello. Yeah, welcome, welcome. Hey, guys, this is our last time to be together this year in 2021. I hope that you had a decent year. It had to be better than 2020. We are in waterlogged Southern California. It's like living inside of a rainforest. It's just nonstop rain for what is this? Almost been like 2 weeks now. And there's no going out, there's no sunshine, there's no walks. It's a little bit of a depressing way to end the year, but it's okay because we are here together right now. And again, if you're just joining, let me know where you're joining from in the comments. We have Maggie May in here. And yeah, so let's talk about today's topic, which is, and I know this is like, I don't know how, I'm curious how you guys feel about this. I think I've had a love-hate relationship with making goals. So, and I think that, oh, there's Pia from Sweden. She says, hello to you too, Oliver. He's sitting on my lap now. Yeah, this relationship with making goals and then just feeling defeated kind of quickly. And that's actually pretty common. So what I wanted to give it a little twist today and talk about how using travel can help you actually reach some of these goals. Because I think it's pointless to make the goals if you're not doing them in a way that you can actually achieve them, that you can break them down. So I'm going to just go over it. I'm going to try not to get too analytical. I do have a tendency to do that. Hey, Michelle. Hello, hello. Love it. Yeah. Thank you for reminding me. So before we get any further, who here is making goals? Either if you're watching live or on the replay, who's making goals for 2022? And you can put just hit the like button for yes, and hit the button for no. There's no wrong answer, but just let me know in the hit the little emoji button. If you were with us last week, you got to meet Maggie and you saw some of the behind the scenes of not only creating a cultural immersion tour, but what the trip to Poland is going to be like. If that's something that you still want notes for, if you want me to personally email you the information and you can watch the replay, just put love it in the comments right now, just all caps, love it. I haven't done those yet. It's a little bit more involved for me to write those notes. So you'll probably get them in the new year, but please do it so I do not forget. And if you want notes like, Michelle had put up there, but if you want notes for today's show and kind of go back and review about making goals, put notes in all capital letters in the comments so that I remember, that I find you, and that I send you, I'll personally email you probably next week or so with the notes and sort of the steps that I go through. So make sure you do that. And I have, once again, wait, let's just check in with everybody. Sandrine, hello, hello. I say hello. I'll get the replay. Oh, wait, I don't have to read it anymore. I can just put it right here. So she's have a nice New Year's. Oliver's sitting on my lap and it's making my leg shake, which is distracting me. But here, I'm going to show his handsome face. Hello, buddy. Hello. And I'm going to put you down because you're making my lap distracting. He's very distracting. He's very handsome. Oh, I love this. Bettina is joining us from Cologne. Hello. We got, oh, wait, sorry. That was not the one I wanted to show you. Simone is coming in from Austria. You guys were all over. How fun is this? It's like a little international end of the year party. So yeah, so nice to see everybody. Before we get into it, I also want to remind you, so Black Friday a couple weeks ago, there was a big sale on one of my favorite pieces of travel gear, which you are probably familiar with by now. I never travel without this. It's just a simple nylon, lots of zippers, a foldable backpack, and oh, this one is not out of its little thing. But It folds up into this amazing, adorable, tiny little backpack. And it was on sale, so I bought 12 of them because I wanted to give them to you as gifts. And I got really crazy the last few weeks and gave away 3 already for my birthday and for Christmas, but I do have 9 more. And if you want in on it, what I'm going to do to kind of meter it out now is I will give away one a month, but in the comments, I'm going to just pull all the comments into one big spreadsheet and then scroll. So how you enter is you put nugget and then whatever I say that maybe resonates with you. If there's a tip, a travel tip, a particular pearl of wisdom that you enjoyed, the more nuggets you put in the comment, the more opportunities you have to win. If you've already won, which I know we've got Jordan, Brianne, and Kay, I'm sending them out. It's been so wet, I haven't left the house, but I'm going to send them out to you in the new year, or make Seamus do it because he's really good at doing stuff like that. But I promise they're coming. So just remember nugget and then your comment. It does have to be US residents. Unfortunately, I will one day figure out something for my friends around the world. But unless you're going on a trip with me, then I will just hand it to you when I see you in person. So that's it. That's all the good stuff. So who am I? Thank you for joining me. I'm Juliana Dever, experiential travel expert. I've been traveling the world for 20 years now. I create off the beaten path adventures for people who love fun. I hope that's one of you, or I hope that's you. And we connect with other cultures. We support women-owned businesses, and we travel to places that are a little less obvious, which is it's one of my favorite things. So it's not so crowded, right? But if you do want to travel with me, you still have the opportunity. There's 3 spaces available on my Poland tour, 4 on my Georgia tour. We still have Slovenia, foodie capital of the world, and then another Poland tour at the end of August. So there's a couple spaces left. And don't forget, I want to remind you, if you book before tomorrow night Eastern time, you get that amazing, I can't hardly, but this amazing 3-piece luggage set from Delsey. Delsey and I are partnering to give you a gift, so don't forget about that. And let's see. Rainy LA. Yes, we've got Sandra from the Netherlands. Well, look at this. We have let's see, Kosuke from Japan. Osaka. Oh, Kosuke. Rachel and I had some of the best sushi of our lives at the Osaka airport. Oh my God. So good. So good. Okay. So let's get into the fun stuff. If, making, progressing in your goals in the next year. So I want to talk about really quick. So how are you handling your goals? If you have any that you want to share, feel free to add them in the comments. I did a little bit of research because I also wanted to be prepared and bring you some facts as well, not just here's some opinions. That there's 3 reasons that people give up on their goals by mid-January. And the first one is they're too vague. The second one is that there is no real accountability in place. You're like, I said I was going to do this, but who knows? Who can tell I'm just still on the couch? Or 3, they're just too big and scary. And you kind of wind up sabotaging yourself or going, that's crazy. You want to be an actor? Like, that'll never happen. So how do we get past that? And then, some of that is your own mindset, your own values, your beliefs. And that might be a goal in and of itself. Just kind of changing how you were raised to believe something could happen. Like I was raised that I should clean office buildings. I was raised in Missouri, and that's what my family told me to do. Maybe I should clean office buildings. Maybe I should sell insurance or real estate. And that was enough. That's enough. And I was like, no, I'm going to move to California and be an actor because that seems totally within reach. But so I had to change my belief system. Totally other story. I know I get so excited. I go off on a tangent. But so let's talk about how to cut through some of those big blocks, those 3 blocks. And it's how I do it. One is just reframe the goal itself. And that also includes making friends with time. And I'll explain what I mean by that. Using travel or even the idea of travel to achieve a goal. And then 3rd, start small and then celebrate every win. I mean it, celebrate them all. It seems silly at first because you're like, of course I got out of bed. What was I going to do? Become my bed? I get it, but celebrate it. Yeah, Rachel, yeah, I think maybe you see that the sushi. Yes, Beth Morris, forget New Year's resolutions. I can't wait for Lent so I can give up sobriety. I never make sobriety one of my resolutions. It's ridiculous. Like that's me though. That's me. And when I mean like I'm not drinking every day, but you know what I mean. So first, let's talk about how you reframe the goal. And that is, first, I don't respond, kind of like what Beth, what you're saying. I don't respond to starting on January 1st. Like, first of all, January 1st is usually spent recovering from December 31st and just, I don't know, resting, apologizing to my body for eating so much cheese. Like nothing happens on January 1st. That day is just gone. So it's this idea of taking the pressure off of a deadline, because if you feel like you're already defeated, you're like, why keep going? So let's not even start on January 1st. So what I do is I look at a big picture, and then I break it down, and then I get granular, and without getting too like throwing too many things at you, um I'll explain. I mean, like, pick 3 to 5 goals total for the whole year. And this is, this can just be like, I want to learn a new language. I want to walk more. I want to drink more water. Like simple things. Or maybe it's like I want to move to a foreign country. It can be anything, right? Because your life is going in some direction. You just have to know, you have to create a path to get there, because your life's going to happen no matter what. So why not? Let's make it awesome, right? Let's do something fun and amazing. So when you brainstorm and maybe pick 3, maybe pick 5. Do not start them all at the same time. Do not start them, January 3rd or 4th or whatever. Don't. Pick one and go, okay, I'm going to work on this for 3 months, or this one I'm going to start in March, or this one I'll look at in the summer. So don't overwhelm yourself, because change takes progress and you can't do all of them at once. So next, you make a map. And I'm going to give you an example. Like one of my goals is to speak European Portuguese fluently. If I just made that the goal, it would never happen. That's just, it's nebulous. It's a wish, right? It's not actionable. So you gotta, and when I was talking before, I love all these nuggets that are already coming in. I want to move to a foreign country. Okay, is that an actual goal? Because that would be super fun. So when I say make time your friend, what I mean is stop building it up like if you don't do something by this day, it's a wash, or, well, I should just quit because I made progress and then I took a week off. It never has to be that way. The first step, break things down into 90 days. That's how I always do it. So, like, for instance, wanting to learn European Portuguese. Okay, so the first 90 days, my entire goal is just going to be I want to learn the correct pronunciation or the 100 most used words. And then, for me, I also kind of fill in, all right, I'm going to do that by watching a YouTube video like 5-minute YouTube video every day, or I'm going to, work on an app. That's it. Done. That's all you have to do for those 90 days. And then maybe the next 90 days, it's okay, I'm going to learn to conjugate popular verbs, or I'm going to learn survival phrases. And then, look, 6 months have gone by and you've already like started to get something under your feet. And celebrate every one of those wins, because that's amazing. You've done something new. The third 90 days, hold a basic conversation. The fourth, I want to be able to understand people at the airport or at a shop. I'm going to commit to taking 1 class a week. You see how those little incremental things, suddenly you get to where you and I are here this time next year. And it's like, I'm doing this entire show in Portuguese, which will be weird for most of you because you won't understand a word I'm saying, but I'll have achieved something. So that's what I'm talking about, making time your friend. Now, the second way that I reframe and make time my friend is I like to do 30-day challenges. And those can be at any time, right? So maybe March, I'm like, all right, I am going to, I'm going to drink 72 ounces of water every day. Or maybe even it's a 7-day challenge. Chunk it down, make it small. Just celebrate that you did something every day. And by the end of the year, it's piled up, right? You've achieved greatness. So now let's talk about how all of that structure of making those little steps forward, how do you apply travel? How does travel enter into this entire equation? I love, Beth, I'm putting this up here because I don't know if there's anything more important. Oh, wait, that was Kay. Sometimes when I do this, it clicks on the wrong thing. I don't know if there's anything more important than this right here. And don't minimize what you do. please. Lori, hello, hello. Make your goals attainable, make them actionable. I want to stop procrastinating. Actually, Sandra, you know, there's a really good book, and it's the simplest thing ever. And I think it's called, I want to say it's, oh, the 5 second rule. Have you heard of that, by Mel Robbins, where she figured out how to stop herself from procrastinating with this 5 second rule? It's the simplest thing in the world. It's like, you should check it out. It's actually, it's pretty cool, because you're like, oh, yep, I just got to do this. I just told myself I have to do that. It's more involved. I'm not going to get into it, but check out that book. Okay, so travel. First of all, like, again, I did some more research, and I looked up like some of the top 10 goals that people are putting on their list for 2022. I love that one of the biggest ones was plan a vacation. I got that. That's always my goal. It's like always my goal, right? But, and I also wanted to, I did there was a study, I think it was 2 years ago. And this is just the Institute for Applied Positive Research. Still, they did a survey of thousands of people, and they found that booking a trip brings you joy. And that 97% of the respondents said that once they had a trip in the books, they felt so much happiness because they had something to look forward to. So that in itself, I feel like having something to look forward to for the year kind of keeps you going. But now let's talk about like nitty gritty part of, you know, some of these. Wait, I had a list. Hold on a second. Did I hold on. I had a list of all of, there they are. Put my pages in the wrong order. It's all good. We're all friends here. I'm not going to get an Emmy for this episode, but it's fine. We won't submit it. So what are some of the other goals for 2022? It was get outside more, try something new each month, support local restaurants, increase movement, start walking more, make fun a priority. I mean, God knows we all need that. And after the last 2 years we've had, learn or hone a new skill. How many of us learned to make sourdough? I did not, but I did make pasta. Slow down, ease your stress with kindness, exercise your brain. So these are some of the goals that people are thinking about for 2022 per my deep dive internet research. So using travel to achieve each and every one of this and break through that block of not having accountability, right? So travel can make you accountable. How? Because you put your money, your time, your effort into something, and it's right here on your calendar. You know we're going towards that date no matter what. So now you have some accountability in place, right? And even if that's across town or across the world, if you set up a date every month where you're like, today I go to a local restaurant, you know what I mean? Like, or I'm doing these things on this date, you can't change it. I made a date, I made a commitment. So you start to get that accountability factor in. How do you maximize this? Okay, so the first one, book a trip that is in alignment with your goals. And so maybe you have more exercise in mind, or you're going to speak a foreign language, then, you know, you have an upcoming trip on the books, and that puts a deadline out there for you. That's something for you to ramp up to. Even if it's 5 minutes a day that you're doing something, that's 5 minutes that you weren't doing it last time. So you've got like an accountability that you're like, okay, I've got to do this until I get to that spot. I'll give you an Emmy. Why, thank you. Thank you. See, and yeah, Martina, yes. I often make short trips not far away just for the weekend. Absolutely. This doesn't mean because I like to travel to the other side of the planet that that's what you have to do. It really can be, I'm going to the next town over and I'm going to eat somewhere brand new, or I'm going to, you know, so just keep in mind that I'm not necessarily saying you have to do these massive things. I do love this nugget, Beth. Yeah, book a trip that aligns with your goals. So there you go, right? So that's the first one. Book a trip that's alignment with your goals. Number 2, put each trip far enough out that it's both a finish line and a reward. So think about that. Put the trip in a space in your calendar that it's a finish line and it's a reward. I mean, like Rachel, you're here. You decided to run a marathon. Well, you knew you had a marathon and you were going to, I liked when you ran the marathon in Hawaii way better than when you did it in Florida. But when you had it in Florida, it's like, okay, in 3 months, I am going to somewhere new. So every day or every week leading up to that, I have to do something. When I get there, I accomplish the thing, and then I collapse and put that metallic stuff on me. No, no. Then I spend time with my friends. I finally maybe have a nice cocktail, or I go to the beach. See, it's a reward, and it's the achievement, right? So it's a deadline. Um, Once again, Juliana Dever has somehow put all of her pages in the wrong order. Hold on. It's going to be fun, you guys. Number 3, look for trips or outings, like Martina was saying. Look for trips or outings that include your resolution on the itinerary. So for instance, maybe if it was that you wanted to start supporting more mom and pop shops, more local shops, is the trip that you're booking something that is spending time with locals? Is that supporting women-owned businesses? What, are they hiking every day? What of the things that you want to achieve or get better at or just enjoy in the next year, does that trip already contain that? So, look for trips or outings that have your resolution in the itinerary. I mean, how fun is that? You get to achieve it with fun people. Number 4, plan an adventure that encourages your growth, exploration, kindness. So if you're looking to, ease stress or slow down or make fun a priority, you choose a trip that incorporates those sorts of things so that you're attracting, or a trip that's like attracting kind people, because then you're meeting friends, you're taking care of yourself, you just show up. And then when you get there, all of these wonderful, fun things are already in place. And those are in alignment, I guess, kind of going back to alignment with these goals. You're getting someone else is even, what's great about it is someone else is even kind of helping you, right? Like you're like, I want to take care of myself. Well, guess what? Today, everybody's going to a spa in the Mediterranean, unless it rains. And 5, make sure I'm not putting yours up, Lori. It's great. Yes, include your goal into your trip. And 5, the final way that I try to use travel as a way to be accountable and also achieve my goals is to use the accountability of going on that trip, that deadline, to just get all sorts of things done. So like if you're going to Poland in June, well, maybe you need to declutter your closet first. Well, you're like, okay, I've got to get this done before my trip. So I'm going to declutter. I'm going to I know I'm traveling, so I want to bolster my immunity. So I'm going to take vitamin C every day, or whatever it is that is part of that goal for you. I'm going to make my crafts and sell them on Etsy so that I have money for travel by June. So you see how just like buy a new wardrobe, however you want to treat yourself, however you want to enjoy the new year, use that trip as you're like, I got to get this done. I got to get all this stuff done by the time my trip starts. So you kind of use that again. So those are the 5 ways that you can use travel to help you achieve your goals. And I also want to talk really quick about just that last block of why people don't always achieve things that they set out to do for the year. And that's that, it's a really big and scary goal. And I just want to remind you that, first of all, if it's too big, it makes no sense. Like, I want to be an actor. I don't know. What does that mean? When I first had that insane idea, I stayed up all night and looked at books of how to be an actor. And I actually got some books and I started reading it, right? So I guess what I'm saying is things that seem big and impossible and scary, first of all, 99% of the time, someone else has probably already done it. That other 100% of the time, I don't know, try it. That's how we as humans progress, right? So it can be done. Maybe it's a path someone else has done, or maybe you're forging that path yourself. But when they're big and scary, break it down into, all I have to do today is watch a 5-minute YouTube video on someone speaking Portuguese. That's all I have to do. Done. And let those build. But and I think Beth was the one that put this up. Celebrate every time you do that. Tell yourself how awesome you are, because you are. I mean, we are, if we think about like this pandemic has taught us one thing. It's about reprioritizing and maybe having a little bit, finding ways to have fun, finding ways to connect with other people, however we can. But also just go easy on yourself. Like, we're living through this crazy period in history and we're doing it. Like, you're awesome. Give yourself some slack, celebrate yourself, celebrate every little win, and, explore a new place. Try, do something new this year that's exciting. So I want to remind you, there's a lot of good nuggets. Break it down, make it easier. Don't forget, I'm going to take all these nuggets, and then on our show, the last show in January, I am going to give away another one of these amazing backpacks. So don't forget that. And so really quick, let's just go over again what we talked about today, just to kind of cement it. And that's, why when we make New Year's goals, do we sometimes not follow through? First of all, it has to be something you want to do. You really want to do. But number one, they're too vague. Number two, there's no accountability. Number three, it's too big and too scary. Okay, how are we going to bust through that? How are we going to get to the other side and do something incredible? Reframe how you think about those goals. Make time your friend. Break it down into 90 days, 30 days, 7 days, heck, 1 day, right? Because every single day, it doesn't have to be the beginning of the year, every single day is an opportunity to start fresh, right? So number one, reframe how you think about these goals and the way you spend the time. Number two, use travel. That's what I do. I love it. Use travel. And again, it doesn't have to be on the other side of the planet. It can be an outing that you make 3 months from now in 2 towns over. It could be a restaurant you haven't tried, a mile away. But like, put some dates in your calendar. Use travel as accountability. And 3, start small and celebrate your win. Every time you do something, you go, hey, I'm pretty awesome. I did that. It feels silly, but it piles up. You start to trust yourself, right? That you can achieve things. And I also want to just remind you the 5 ways that I use travel to achieve my goals. Book a trip that's in alignment with what my goals are, and put each trip. I mean, I don't know how much you travel. You could travel every month, but put them space them out so that they're both a deadline and a reward. And look for trips and outings that include your resolution as part of the itinerary. You knock that baby out right there. Number 4, plan an adventure that encourages growth and exploration and kindness. It's what we need right now. And 5, use the accountability of going on a trip to get other stuff done. Use it. So remember, just be kind to yourself, because you are doing amazing. And achieving these goals is not just a gift to you, it's a gift to all of us, because when you are doing all these things you were meant to do, we get to be some of the beneficiaries of some of that fabulousness. So please be kind to yourself. All right. Anything else? Nugget, get over fears. Yes, Beth, get over fears like convincing Tammy to roller coaster down Bled. I love it. I love it. Beth, if you were not on the trip to Slovenia with us this last summer, first of all, you missed out. Oh my God. Amazing good time in Slovenia. But they went down, there was I don't know what it's called, like a luge, like a luge that you have like on a rolly thing, and you have the ability to slow down. And I think, Beth, you convinced Tammy to do it. And what I love about this is everybody got pictures. You know how, like, when you go to an amusement park and you're on the log flume or somewhere else and they take the picture and everybody's like, ah! Tammy shows her picture. She looks like a supermodel. She's like holding the brake and she's like, she wasn't scared at all. She looked amazing. But yeah, even that, look at that. Boom. Something accomplished for the year. Tammy got over a fear. Maybe she didn't. I don't know. I don't always get over the fears, but I celebrate the fact that I tried it anyway, like flying. I did it. Yes, Lori, this is excellent. Little wins give me the motivation to keep going to the next goal. 100%. When you start telling yourself how awesome you are every day, that starts to build up, right? And you trust yourself. You're like, I can do this. I did that. I can do this. I love it. And oh, Pia, this is great. Yeah, just to be at another place than your own home can help you get a step forward in planning for a trip. Absolutely. Sometimes people don't go on trips because it just feels too foreign. And I know that's oversimplistic, but it's true. You've got different the signs are in different languages, the food you're not sure what you're eating. Are people going to be nice to you? Are you going to get lost? Like that's a whole other topic. But even just doing that first step of something a little different, and imagine then you're like, I did that. I did that. I can do it again. And if it's something that you really want to do, but you have, it makes you a little nervous to think about, go with the group. Come with me. I just show up in random places. I don't know. I'm weird that way. I don't care if I speak the language or not. And I just start making friends. But I've already done this for you. So come with me. And I promise some of the people that are here, like Lori and Kay and Beth, they've already traveled with me. And they are some of the most amazing people you will ever meet. You will have new friends the rest of your life, whether you want them or not. Tough. You've got friends. That's how it goes when you travel with me. So just to remind you also, I invite you, there are still time to get in on the luggage giveaway, the gift, 3-piece luggage gift. If you book before midnight tomorrow night, you get 3 entire gorgeous pieces. I'll show it to you again. Oh, Oliver's still down here. 3 entire gorgeous pieces of this with the, did I remind you? Where is it? It is, it's right here. It has this overweight indicator. I can't possibly, it's empty, so it won't, I can't. But once you get to almost 50 pounds, it turns red and goes, take something out. So it'll help you save on baggage fees. That's one of the many amazing features. And you can still get all 3 pieces if you book before tomorrow night. In fact, let me put this, I'll put it here. If you just want to look at the tours, it should be right there. Yeah, you can see what tours are still available. Lori's going to a local Polish restaurant with our friends to get a taste of what's to come in June. I love that. See, it's like the first little step. So don't forget about that. In terms of when I will be back next, I love seeing you guys, but I am going to take 2 weeks off in January just because I didn't get to take any holiday time off and kind of regroup. So the next time I'll be back, I want to say is January the 20th. I don't know what I'm going to talk about yet. I have a long list, but if there's something that you want me to talk about, something you're like, it can be anything related to travel. So if you have an idea, please put it in the comments either now in the replay, later on a Facebook post. I don't care. Email me. If you need anything from me, you can always email me at hello@cleverdeverwherever.com. Email me and say, hey, can you talk about this? I want to know more. I'm here for you. I love it. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Just make sure I didn't miss anything else. You guys have been amazing as always. Have a great rest of your year, even though it's like, 36 hours? And for some of you, less. I don't know how time zones work. But have an amazing rest of your year. Have an incredible 2022. Come up with some fun challenges for yourself next year, because it's always fun to just grow and learn something new. And yeah, thanks for joining me. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Take care of yourself. Take care. Spread joy wherever you travel. And I will see you in 2022. Bye.